Welcome everybody. We have a wonderful series ahead of us, hopefully, and a very important series for both these players. I'm guessing that they were talking before the game. I don't know what SongSong and Slam are talking about, but I do know they know each other well, and both of these players are desperate. They are hungry. They need points, or they could possibly face relegation at the end of the group stage. Slam so far has 1 win from 6 games. And then SongSong has 0 wins from 6 games. Now, in SongSong's case, he played up against Winchester, and he played up against Leary, the top 2, I thought, in the group, and they seem to be showing that. So he's literally faced the toughest opponents, and from my perspective, he's been trying some YOLO stuff to try and beat those guys because he has so little confidence in himself. Slam, he also faced Leary and got 3-0'd, though he could have taken games there. And then he lost 2-1 to Backed. Backed looked really good, but again, so did Slam. So my prediction is Slam has the edge here. But in this Group B, man, people are just kind of fighting against everyone who's not Leary or Winchester so far. And so you have to take your opportunities when they come, right? Now, SongSong's playing as the Byzantines. We have Slam playing as the Berbers. This is a Gold Rush game, which is nice because we don't see Gold Rush too much. But I want to address a comment from one of the viewers that are watching right now. I said, T90, I love you, but my girlfriend came back after 2 weeks vacation, so I don't have time to watch your streams 3 hours a day, but will now try my best. All right. I thought that you guys knew when you showed up to my content that you weren't allowed to spend time doing anything else. Like, was that not understood? Girlfriend? What? Only 3 hours a day? I thought we were closer than that. I thought that your alarm clock in the morning was essentially when I pressed stream and that you went to bed when I went offline. That's kind of how I thought things worked. That makes me sad. Anyways, let's look at the gold spots. We have 4 tiles of gold here. I don't know why people were laughing because I wasn't actually joking. This is a good gold spot to work with, and this is a great gold spot to work with. So happy to see that there's at least some safe gold that players can take. The Berbers are great at flooding the map in Castle Age, and the Byzantines are as well, actually. Both civs having cheap camels, just different ways the bonuses operate. The Berbers, it's, I think, 15% off stable units in Castle. Or is it 20? I forget. It's either 20, 25% as you head from Castle to Imp, or it's 15 to 20. But anyways, they have the discount. And that's always helpful. The only bonus they really take advantage of in the early game, though, would be the faster villagers, which is, I think you could consider a bit of an eco bonus. And, well, over here, SongSong, same deal. He doesn't really have any eco bonuses to work with, but he does get Town Watch and then Town Patrol in Feudal and Castle. And then he has the very cheap Skirmishers, Spearmen, and Camels. Byzantines all about the counters. Now, I actually saw an amazing game. It was Byzantines versus Tatars, and I was questioning the Byzantines when I saw the game. It was Dragonstar versus Barles in Group B, and Byzantines did end up losing that game, but I could see why Byzantines was picked, because Camel Skirm looked pretty strong there. I do think Byzantines could also be pretty tough for the Berbers to stop in theory over the long term here. So far, lots of walling for SongSong, which makes me think he might consider a fast castle play. Saying that, though, he is getting looms, so I think I'm wrong. And then we have Slam, who's going to click up, and this looks like he could go for a scout build. I simply don't share a place with my girlfriend. Problem solved. Well, everyone needs their own hobbies and interests in a relationship. I'm not saying that if you're interested in the same stuff that it can't work, and I'm far from a relationship expert, but I feel like that's important, you know? Even if you don't treat it this way, but just having a little bit of space and like time and interest outside your relationship is healthy. It's normal. Slam, don't kill that sheep! God, man. Unless, of course, you're dating Slam and his interest is killing sheep far away from the TC. I guess technically it's a goat. Anyway, Slam, a little bit concerned here. He hasn't really scouted what SongSong's up to. And maybe, you know, just playing extra safe. A couple walls he might not even need, but he doesn't know that. A SongSong. Oh, I can see why Slam is walling, because Slam actually skipping Loom. But he does have 2 villagers here, so the scout shouldn't be able to kill any. And Slam will have Loom queued after a villager. That actually allows him to get up 30 seconds faster, which is really nice. And he has the same amount of villagers working. I personally feel like skipping Loom until you're in feudal age is a delayed strategy at a high level. Because we're talking about just tiny little details all the time, right? You kill this villager. Oh, what a big deal. So having one more vill while you're on the way up, it's pretty nice. You obviously need to be careful, though, because if you lose the vill... Oh, my God. Don't tell me. Oh, Loom hit! Oh, and he loses the vill! Hold on. So, Curse of the Caster here. I can't believe I just did that to him. See, normally what you do is you click Loom after feudal. So he would have had it already, but he queued up another vill. Okay, so let's watch the clock. Slow-mo. Okay, so this villager right now is at 5 HP. Okay, Scout's here. Does 5 damage. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look at the top. Look at the top left. Look at the Loom countdown. Let's zoom in. He is gearing up to get that hit. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, I would be so frustrated with myself if I was Slam there. What a start. And SongSong, I mean, gets away with it a little bit. Think about if he didn't kill that vill. Hold on, we got to go normal speed. If he didn't kill that vill, he is a weaker scout here, which he might be annoyed by. And honestly, really like the approach from SongSong. He sees Slam is going scouts, so he's going to go spearman. And oh, please. Okay, this is to remind him of where these lions are. Guys, we might see a lion rush or a wolf rush here. Now, he needs to make sure he's protected. Again, fast castle's common on this map because you can wall easily. So the fact that Slam's trying to go scouts is crazy to me. Scouts rarely works. He's making a lot of them. Here he comes. Here he is. He's going to go in, and he's going to be annoying. It's a great decision. He gets through. So Slam, hoping to get through. Now it's a trap. Oh, no. SongSong build a house. Uh-oh. Okay, does take a hit there. Positive for Slam would be the fact that he could run away. Never mind, he can't run away. Idling the TC, being annoying. The positive, again, at least there's some idle time for SongSong. These villagers aren't exactly working. Slam is being a nerd. And I would hope for Slam's sake that he continues to be a nerd for as long as possible. He does also have 2 more scouts out. No, he doesn't know exactly if he's going to see army come his way, but I don't think he's expecting anything. TC garrison obviously means villagers don't work. Slam still has 2 scouts. Not bad. Getting Loom after feudal when you're not walled is risky AF. It doesn't matter how good you are. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is, with the way it was playing out, it actually would have been fine for him. It's just he queued up a villager after it. But yeah, what I want to see is for SongSong to send one of these spearmen to the lions and send the lions into Slam's base. I know I'm asking for a lot, but that is a legitimate strategy on Gold Rush. And the only reason he's probably not doing it is because Slam's scout is still alive. So now he should run out. They will not attack scouts, but they will chase spearmen. And so the strategy is to round them all up and then just delete your spearmen at your opponent's base. It'd be so funny. Please, SongSong, make the people happy. Resources look very similar. I wouldn't love the idea of selling your stone here for your SongSong. I know it's still very common just to get the faster castle age. But I feel like a town center here would be really nice. A town center here or here. Here would be perfect. Slam just trying to find gaps in walls. No hole over here. This area is open. He'll notice it. And now he sees a stable from SongSong. So he's going to be expecting some camels here. Was there a weak vill in the farm? Oh, there was a weak vill in the farm. Good point. Not something you normally see these days because people use the TC to weaken things, so... Was this farmer here in weak the whole time? Not only did Slam miss it, but I missed it. SongSong should drop off the food here and click up. He's very close. Slam should do the same. And they're probably both just going to go camels. But I'm so sad that we have not seen a spearman go out to try and take the lions. Ugh. It's happened before, guys. It's happened before. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that I didn't see it as a caster, that Slam didn't see it as a player, and that SongSong didn't see it when the scouts were running around. That was a good opportunity for Slam to get some revenge there. All right, well, solid up times. I think something that will help Slam is that he has this gold inside of his walls. For SongSong, this one's over here. And it's possible he's been looking for it. So now he's going to find this and say, oh, okay. And he moves out with the spearman. Can someone remind me, what's the... So, again, is it 15% in feudal and 20% discount in castle for Berbers? I think that's it. I think it's 15, 20%, 25. And then I think Byzantine camels are 25% off in castle. And I don't think it gets any cheaper in Imp, right? Sorry, I should know these numbers by now, you'd think. But anyways, so what I'm thinking about is the potential to spam camels. Slam's going to have one stable, though, so we might just see a monastery for both players as they're scouting with their scouts. Tons of wood in the bank for both, so we'll likely see the TCs, and I think SongSong's just going to escort his villagers over here to TC here. Could also TC the stone, too. Because sometimes you want a castle in the middle at some point. So he probably won't take the stone like crazy right now, but it's nice to have that protected. Berber's 15% off in castle and 20% in imp. And okay, at third TC there. Yeah, they changed it at one point, and I always forget. Yeah, good opening from Slam with the camel. There's your camel noise. Same thinking from him. TC here, TC here. Pretty much the same thinking, guys. We have TCs on wood and stone and gold. Overall, I actually prefer the TCs for SongSong just because he can take wood and gold. Because you do, ideally, you don't want to have all the villagers on stone right away. Normally, you're going to see a trickle. The Slam is going to maybe need to make a lumber camp for these vills. Having extra scouts is very important. Slam making some monks. So is SongSong. They are basically doing the exact same thing right now. Obviously, some different bonuses come into play, but overall, it's pretty similar. And guys, from the chat, that SongSong and SlamSam were apparently having in the lobby, because 11's sure from Slam. You can already tell that SongSong's more comfortable. You know, with Vinchester and with Leary, he seemed scared. He seemed worried. And he tried to go for strategies that were maybe too out of the box. Didn't really work out for him. Apologies, by the way, for not casting Leary and SongSong. That's the second set of like 25 that I've missed. But I am going to have to miss some here or there. Not many of them, but I did miss that one. And I will tell you that I didn't miss much. Yeah, so I say this a lot with Slam, and I said it with Backed, too. Like, Slam plays the Vietnamese players a lot on ladder because of the time that he tends to play. It tends to be a little bit later when he plays, when most of Europe is asleep. He's in the west coast of Canada, and he's also a night owl, so he gets on at like 7 p.m. for his time, or 8 p.m. for his time, maybe even 9 or 10. And for me, it's like 1 a.m., you know? And for Vietnam, it's like prime time. It's like in the middle of the day. So he's got a lot of experience up against these players, and they know each other, and I think that helps SongSong a little bit. Obviously, in theory, could help Slam as well. Yes, you can remove the subtitles. You have to click, I think it's a CC button. I don't know how you're watching right now, but you can do that. So Slam's pretty heavy on stone. I mean, 5 on stone versus 3. It's not a big deal, but you know, every little bit adds up. Also has a lot more on food right now. SongSong's got more wood floating. It feels like SongSong just struggling to add the same amount of farms. 1 relic for both. Both players hunting for relics. Slam patrolling here. Slam checking to kill a monk here. See if he loses this scout. Yep, he loses this scout as he's microing the other one. Slam definitely wanting a castle in the middle. There's also a scout patrolling on this relic. I don't think Slam has another job, but I could be wrong. Some people prefer to be a little bit more tight-lipped on their life, which makes sense. Meanwhile, I make camel noises and I tell you everything about my life, so not everything, but you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't know. I think it might have changed over the years too. Is someone in chat says he does? Gotcha. Okay. Well, more stables now for SongSong. This is what I would do with Byzantines. I would go full camel into lots of trebuchets to try and push back the Berbers before the camel archers mass. So I think the camel flood makes sense. It's a little bit more straightforward. Now for Slam, he might want to consider camel archers, because camel archers are one of the best unique units in the game. And the camel archers are great against halbs and also camels, because camels and halbs struggle against archer fire. So the way this game is playing out makes a lot of sense for me. The SongSong sense, though, that he could actually take this fight right now. He would win this fight, guys. He's got more upgrades than Slam. He will in a second. He also has more monks in the middle than Slam. Slam has just enough villagers, though. I think now the strategy changes if you're SongSong. Let's see. Ooh. He's going to take it. Well, I don't know if he can stop the castle, but he is going to get his own conversions here. Let's see. Slam backs away. Slam backs away. Slam has to take the fight just to get the castle up. He will lose camels, though, to conversions here. That's a great fight for SongSong. I love the fight. I think now I would even cancel my camels. Back away from this, obviously. A couple of the old men are going to go down, which is sad. Or just one of them. They didn't like him anyways. Cancel the camels. Drop a castle here if you're SongSong. And rush to the Imperial Age. Now, the trade-off here, guys, is that Slam, he didn't spend as much on camels. And he didn't spend quite as much on upgrades. I guess it's kind of comparable, but... So he's going to have more food in the bank to go Imperial Age. At the same time, though, Byzantines, it's cheaper for them to go to the Imperial Age. So the imp times might end up being the same. There we have it. Slam is definitely going to try and switch into camel archers. I honestly feel like camel archers is a mistake here. If you're thinking like I'm thinking and you know that it's going to be all-in camel flood with trebs, I think you need to... Camel archers are good, don't get me wrong, but I think you need to go double or triple stable as well. I would not want Slam to put all of his upgrades into a couple units. He's going to have like 5, 10, maybe. I think instead he should be going for stable units. He's not going to do that. He wants those castles. We'll see if that works. And for SongSong, he's going to loop around with his camels right now. He will see that Slam is here. This is a really weird spot for Slam to go right now. After seeing how many camels are out there. The guy doesn't even have fletching. He's fortunate not to get trapped there. SongSong gets a conversion. Gets a couple kills here. SongSong very happy with how this is going right now as he gets chain barding armor. He's got 25 camels. Slam is producing out of one castle in the middle. And that's going to be targeted by trebuchets. This camel goes for a bit of a raid. These camels go for a massive raid. Can Slam click wall this one out? The lions are here to join the party. Now Slam's off some of that stone. There's no real risk in doing this because Slam doesn't have an army that can actually threaten SongSong. Right? Still no bodkin arrow. And camel archers are good. Sometimes you need to flood the map with something else just to allow yourself to get that tech switch. Does Slam know about the castle? He does, right? Oh, he doesn't. Oh, that might change things. I think he'll see SongSong and Imp and be really worried about this. So yeah, the potential in the long term with camel archers is there. Definitely a unit with Berbers you always want to focus on. We'll see if Slam has the castles. The first thing we see here from SongSong is trebuchets. And he's already getting heavy camel. He's already getting final armor. He's happily taking this fight. By the way, it's so much easier to play from SongSong's position because you just make the same unit all the time and add eco. For Slam, he's got to add different buildings, university, chemistry, ballistics. Needs an archer range for thumb ring. Is only producing out of castles. So, it's tricky. And SongSong, knowing this, just continues to take the fights like it's nothing. And he's got camels to protect his trebs as well. He's got his pet zebra there along his side there. Couple monks. What does Slam have to do? He has to run out here and repair this castle. It's camels looking to break in. They are heavy camels now. Slam will come out. He wants the treb. SongSong expecting that 150 pop for the Vietnamese player who has not had a single win yet in the group stage. Guys, for Slam, he's such a fan favorite. He's such a good player. He could have had multiple wins against Leary when he got 3-0'd. Could have even taken another win or two against Bact. But Bact won 2-1. Leary won 3-0 against him. This would be the matchup that on paper is the easiest for Slam in the group. On paper. SongSong is the weakest player in the group based on how they're ranked in place and whatnot, right? This is also why SongSong went against number 1 and then number 2. It's kind of why he faced up against that strong competition. But again, with SongSong, I think he has faith in his ability against someone like Slam. He knows the guy from all the times they played. And Byzantines is looking incredible right now. Slam getting Casbah now. That will lead to his castles producing a little bit faster. He does have 21 camel archers. Now, at this mass, this is where the camels really start to melt. And so SongSong realizes he needs a bit more as he comes forward with the next castle. But notice how he's not giving Slam the time. Every time Slam attacks him, he runs away. Every time Slam chases him, he draws Slam out of position. And I love the trebs coming forward. I love 4 trebs. You know me. I'm always talking about how you want to go with 4 or 5. And I love the castle spot. But can he get the castle up? I think he will. I think he will. These camels here as well could still distract Slam. Ultimately, though, Slam is going to want to save these castles. He has bomber cannons to push the castle. We have some range units mixed in now from SongSong. It's 180 pop versus 160 pop. The fact that Slam has 25 camel archers is incredible. And the fact that he knew he needed bomber cannons is also so sick. So good from him. Somehow he's been able to just ignore this army. It can't be good for his macro, though. Look how much he has on food. I don't think Slam's going to be doing any tech switching. Oh, the camels are going to go in for the bomber cannons. Is it worth it? Can he even get them? No. He doesn't get a single one. And SongSong has to back away with his trebs, but they're all glitched out. And Slam is holding on here, guys. What a game. What a game. These aren't even elite camel archers yet. They're not in final form yet. Wow, man. Arbalest probably needed from SongSong. I like the idea from him to make more bomber or make his own bomberkins, but this is also where it gets tricky, right? This is the first time in the game where he's not making one thing anymore. He's making multiple units. He has to. It's harder to micro, and then he's got bomber cannons too. Now, the reason this version of Gold Rush is the best version of Gold Rush that we've ever made is because both players can take gold. Right? So, like, having the middle isn't game over, which makes it exciting. Also, something you could maybe research with all this gold is Arbalest if you're SongSong. That would be quite nice. The SongSong's camel still distracting, and okay, there's Arbalest. He probably thought he clicked it at one point. So 200 pop. Both players have their share of the middle. These camel archers, though, we're not able to deal with these camels. You know what would be really nice, guys, is maybe a Siege Workshop or 2 here from SongSong. Just a couple rams, and then Slam would have to do something more. Okay, look, Slam's camel archer's out of position. He's looking for an area to hit, and then suddenly the bomber cannons and the trebs show up. Slam just researched elite camel archer, but I expect panic, guys. He's panicking here. He's now coming over here, but by the time he gets back, he could lose his castle. SongSong, your trebs, man. SongSong's trebs are not hitting the castle. What's happening? I don't quite understand it. He would have likely right-clicked the castle, so something's up. It does look like they could also be out of range. I don't know what happened there. Obviously, he's doing a million different things. He's brought his main group back. He knows how important this is. And to me, it just seems like he's happy to sacrifice all of his units just to take the castles. And why not? Because while the KD will look nasty, Slam can't make more if he doesn't have the castle numbers, guys. Slam's bombard cannons are being desperately repaired by these poor villagers who are just trying to work. The conditions are bad enough as is. And while SongSong's population is now way lower than Slam's, that's 1 castle down and 2 to go. Oh, God, but Slam says it's my turn. Slam's not finished yet. He can barely take gold, guys, but he's not finished yet. He does lose a cannon, but he's taking out Trebs. SongSong needs to get more units out here. Oh, man, the micro from Slam there, too. SongSong knows his Treb will go down, so he's just hoping to hit a bombard cannon. As he just pops up with more Arbalest. 46 Arbs in queue, by the way. Just look at the difference in the unit queue. Just so much easier to make units out of a stable and archer range. Could Slam have maybe opened with camels and kept his position a bit longer? Waited till he had 3 or 4 castles to start making the camel archers. Maybe. If you think about it, you know, you can compete with the numbers. You also get more upgrades compared to the Byzantines. And then, as Slam is going to go for a raid, and this is going to be fun, because that could distract SongSong from the middle. Then, in theory, you know, it forces the Byzantines' hand into the halberdiers, which the camel archers are fairly good with. Both economies are amazing. Slam has expanded his eco over here. But it's the castles that are the most important. As we see another castle here for SongSong. This will not go up, though. This will not go up. The Light Cav could make it in. Now Hussar. Villagers could die here. Love it from Slam. There's a lot of exposed eco. And this could lead to SongSong being distracted in the middle. Sometimes in these moments, you make the decision to just go forward anyways. Because what they're hoping for is they're hoping to distract you so you can't push them any longer. Oh, man. Slam with the camel archers. He gets 1. He's going to get 2. He's done this before, and I'm sure he'll do it again. SongSong's castle at 69%. What a ridiculous game. Slam is on 3 castles. He's got 2 at home, though, which I think is crucial for him. He did get cleared up, by the way. Oh, my God. What a game. What a game. Camel Archer, obviously the key for Slam. But for SongSong, it's how cheap his units are. Maybe losing a few villagers will help him, actually. He's got a lot of military now. Slam is popped, but he just doesn't have the same amount of space. I like how Slam is not hesitating with the bomber cannons. It's really been worth it for him. And I know SongSong can always make more, but as long as the Camel Archers survive, it's worth it. Look at Slam, though. See, he can now, in theory, push the castle. It's so hard against Byzantines. Oh, my God. I would hate to be one of these tiny little men with all their little legs, you know? You think you hit the genetic lottery so you don't have to go out and fight like the rest of the guys. But in actuality, they put you in the most vulnerable position possible. And you do have to go fight anyways. The life kind of sucks for these guys right now. Camel Raid. Slam with the Blacksmith University, whatever you can think of wall. Traps the camels out and will actually kill them. That's disgusting. Or maybe they've been made fun of for their size their whole lives, and they're actually, it's an honor for the bomber cannons to be able to fight. I guess, I don't know, I could think of some different things. SongSong, with castles at home, he knows how vulnerable he is. Needs to maybe pull these camels in. I liked how he was making Trebs before, because the Trebs at least force Slam to come further forward with his bomber cannons. Obviously, they're more vulnerable, though, so it's a very, very tricky balance to strike. Oh, my God, what a game. If you imagine being on planet Earth and not watching this game right now. You guys are in the top 0.001% of people if you're watching this. My God. Kind of looks like SongSong is going to go for this castle right now. He's just switching hills. And so Slam has to make a decision. Thing is, for Slam, he's up against double gold unit. double gold unit is usually going to be a lot stronger, and he's reacting here, guys. And what a smart decision from SongSong. The camels and the ARBs, they'll take care of the hussars no problem. And the camel archer number, still very low compared to what I think it would need to be. And here's Slam sinking what's left of his stone. He's out, by the way. He's not mining any more stone into repairing this castle. Still, the camel archers are so strong. Slam could, in theory, use this siege against this castle at the same time. But it's so difficult. And Slam will lose that castle. So now he's down to 2 of them. You're not going to run out of gold if you're SongSong, that's for sure. And I also am not sure I like the skirms, if that's the case. Because the skirms are actually weak against the hussars. But I don't think a few skirms mixed in is going to be the end of the world when you have this many ARBs. Slam has added more stables in all these different spots over here. He's now, he understands, guys. He's now going to push this. So now SongSong, oh my god, he has to make a decision. Does he save his base in the middle, or does he go to Slam's base? Like, oh, this is so tempting, but there could be some big consequences. It's like when you're home alone at night and the ice cream's staring you in the face, you know? You want to be healthy, but you want to eat the main base of Slam, which is the ice cream in this case. But if you do that, there might be some consequences in the morning. Not speaking from experience, by the way. Slam has to save his ice cream. He has arrived. Very weird comparison, I know. And Slam now actually has the hill, guys. He will take out the bomber cannons. I'm not sure he'll take out the arbalest. I don't think he'll stop these trebs either. But he's pushing this castle. And he dropped one of his own with the last stone that he had. And he's going to push that castle down. And now you just want ice cream? Oh, you and me both. You and me both. Wow, man. In the end, I think it was more than worth it for SongSong because Slam's eco is in a much worse position. And he does have castles still. But obviously, he's got to gather everything he has to deal with this now. You know, also in the end, that the whole time he's been over here, I think even taking the castle was worth it. He will be able to get a few camels into the back. If he could start to raid Slam with camels, it's not like Slam is going to send hussars there. And it looks like, even though the score is close, it looks like SongSong's going to build up this mass. He's got a crazy queue, including skirmishers that aren't elite yet. And I think that he will go and try and defend this. Not really having the siege to do so as far as I can see. Could actually lose his massive ARBs here now that he doesn't have a camel buffer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, Slam has 12 on gold, by the way. Adding a few more. Arbalest getting surrounded. Okay, what's in queue here? Elite Skirm coming in. Siege Ram coming in. A lot of camels. A lot of camels have arrived. It's almost like maybe it was worth it to throw away the Arbalest. Maybe you need more camels. I don't know. He certainly needs more bomber cannons, and maybe Rams is going to be his choice instead. But right now, if he had 5 to 10 siege rams, he could be pushing in, right? And Slam not ready to just give up on the raids, even though he's being raided, and has had to relocate a bunch of farms here. Here he goes, and SongSong says, I can do that too, you nerd. I can do that too. Really, he can't. He ran out of wood. But it's all right. It was a good thought. It's kind of funny he ran out of wood. That's a pretty crazy thing. SongSong doesn't know about that northern eco, by the way. Dang, don't tell me he loses a Gold Rush game because he runs out of wood. Don't tell me SongSong loses this game. He's got so much army. And he's got the trebs. He's got the trebs here. He needs to protect the trebs. Slam can barely take gold comfortably right now. These villagers will die, which will lead to more military filling the map for SongSong. Oh, Slam. He does have 50 camel archers. That's a massive amount of camel archers, excuse me. He's also taking the trebs, but he's got camels back here killing his villagers. This gets dealt with. There's a raid. SongSong at 100 military. So much food and gold. He can just push down this castle. Slam's eco is behind it and so exposed. Look at this. As Slam now goes for heavy camel. I don't think he's ever really been able to saturate the gold like SongSong has been able to. Not so sure about the heavy camel choice now when you've got 3 on gold. Do have 3 relics. I think you're stuck in your spot right now if you're Slam. SongSong could think of other things. He could try some different things. It is interesting how SongSong just keeps... He knows the Slam's camel archers are here. He knows how dangerous that is. So he just considers looping around it all the time, which is so smart. This right here is awesome. I love this. Also, the fact he's buying wood is insane to me. He does kind of have to hold the middle right now, right? Because if Slam pushes it back, then Slam gets gold again. I would have liked to have seen him get the monastery too, but you don't want to lose 5 trebs to take out the relics. He's just waiting for his time right now. Also, I believe Slam has set all of his TCs in Panic to be sent to the gold tier. You can see the villagers are coming from this direction. I do that sometimes too. And that's going to be an issue. This is an issue for SongSong, though, that he has to deal with. And he's going to loop the trebs to this castle, guys. He's going to loop the trebs to this castle. He needs camel support there. There goes SongSong. Here goes Slam, though. We have trebs and we have bomber cannons from Slam. It still feels doable. Though the siege rams are here to tank fire. I would just click the siege rams after Slam's trebs if I were SongSong. You'll notice it's going to be so difficult for Slam to micro now because it's all about the tanking. Not necessarily the destruction they'll do. And Slam, he's at 60 army, 80 eco. He's behind in both stats now. He sits at 150 pop, which is the lowest he's been at in a long time. And the Rams will actually be able to take his trebs here, I think. He'll be off of gold now. Siege Ram power. Bonk. Got it. And the bomber cannon could die as well. Pain. Painful for Slam, and that's got to be the game. What a ridiculous game. The relics will also go down for what it's worth. So that's good. And Slam is completely off of gold. These villagers get pushed away. I guess SongSong's unit queue wasn't really there because I thought he'd be a 200 pop right now. He's at 160. But still, there's only 1 castle left for Slam. And I know he's fast, but even just losing that much farming eco is disastrous for you. If he had a little ram push with some raids with hussars here, maybe, if there's a world where that was possible. But as we have now crossed the hour mark, I think Slam's camel archer number is far too low. He taps out, he calls the GG. And look at the difference in the production there. I wish I could tell you how many camel archers were made. But I loved SongSong's approach in this game. Again, we saw how good the camel archers are, so it's really, really tricky, right? But I think the most important thing was how SongSong took initiative in early imp by flooding the map with camels before Slam was able to get the camel archer mass. And it was almost like the whole game was not even can Slam take SongSong off of gold. SongSong already had the gold. SongSong already had the control. It was more so, can Slam keep the camel archer mass going? That was the talking point. And there were other small things that SongSong did that were huge too. Like the raids forced Slam to place more defensive castles, which I think were actually better for him in the end. But it didn't control the gold as much as he needed. Dang, man, that was wild. Let's look at the total resources collected. The gold difference has to be insane. Yeah. Like, oh my God. Slam had more wood. Congratulations there, Slam. 33,000 gold collected by SongSong and 20,000 for Slam. Would have liked to see Slam consider opening with his own heavy camel. His opponent would then say, oh, geez, I'm Byzantines. I have to go for halbs. And then if you've got the camels to hold your position, get those castles up. There's also a big reason why sometimes players don't place their first castle in the middle, and they will place their first castle here. You could kind of see how it worked out for SongSong, right? Granted, he's Byzantines, but still, you know, it gave him the edge in the early engagements, particularly because Slam didn't have any melee units to dive the trebs. So I was watching some conversations. If anyone's out there typing about this on Reddit or AoE Zone or Facebook chats, Twitch chats, I don't know, MySpace possibly, Zanga, I could go on and on, but listen, people have been talking about SongSong, and they looked at the results, and they said, we're going to count this guy out now, basically, because he's lost 6 games out of 6. But they forgot the very important detail that he played Leary and Winchester. and Leary and Vinchester, both of those players have not lost a game yet. SongSong gets his win. He now has just as many wins as Slam does. They both played 2 rounds and now 1 game, and they are tied. And we have 2 more games to go. We have SongSong in the red. Finally got the taste of victory, playing as the Britons here. This will be a familiar sight for Slam because his game 1 against Backed was on Serengeti, and Backed was Britons. And instead of Mayans there, Slam was actually Aztecs. And Slam was able to steal an elephant, and I think maybe even sheep as well, on a map where there's 1 elephant. And Backed brought it back. Or Backed, I guess. Like, it was incredible. I highly suggest you guys watch that. I know you guys aren't able to watch every set. I've been just full-time jobbing it with primarily TTL recently. So, just a lot of content to catch up on. And, again, if you want to see an impressive game, I would say watch that one from Backed. Ended up having a massive lead over Slam. So the Britons have that sheep bonus, which is helpful. Serengeti, you have 8 total herdables, or I guess deer equivalents, I could say. So you've got 4, and then you've got 4. Slam obviously pushed 1 in there. Sometimes if you're... Whoa, sorry, I don't know what Capstrage just did. Sometimes if you're lucky, they will all be together. Or if you're lucky, they will be next to your berries, which makes it a bit more convenient. Slam, don't do it again. Slam, thank you. But yeah, in this case, both players just pushing in what they can for now. Map's very open, very hard to wall up. So any type of aggression that's not archers between these 2 archer shifts, I think could actually be very strong. So personally, what I would try and go for is I would try and open up with man-at-arms and feudal age before the archers. Because again, it's so easy to overchop wood lines. And if you screw up on a hill like this, you could lose your whole wood line. Arbase, what's up? We did, this will be our 3rd set of the day. We had some great sets today. Glad you could make it, my friend. I know it's, I know that you guys are good to me and say a lot of positive things, but the positive comments never get old, all right? Someone says, you've put so much work into this. So happy for you that the league is going well and has produced so many sick games already. Keep them coming. Awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of stuff behind the scenes, let's just say. Initially, had it all planned out. Had a sponsor kind of back out on me. And eventually got Microsoft on board. So it means a lot that it's going good as well. And I just think it's sick that we're looking around 3, so we're halfway. And these 2 are literally tied right now. We don't know what their other sets will be or what the scores will be, but this series here could be the difference between 4th or 5th place, or even maybe 3rd or 5th place. Who knows later on. Also, remember, if after the 5 rounds, a player is tied with somebody, the tiebreaker was their head-to-head. So there's no way that it can be tied and play all 3. So even if it just ends up being a head-to-head tiebreaker, it could be massive. These next 2 games, man. These next 2 games for these players are huge. All right, Slam pre-walling, which I like. The theme has been to stay at home and just push in as much food as possible. Because, again, you only have 1 elephant, whereas on normal maps you have 2. And I don't know, with all this food, we might see straight archers. But also with all that food, you could think about man-at-arms. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if SongSong tried to go for scouts. I've seen crazier things before. He's going to get Loom. He's going to go 20 population up with 2 lumber camps. So as it stands, this could very easily be a scout build, but we could always see him go to archers as well. Yo, thank you, Wood Paladin. Thank you. Oh, Jehu, I will hydrate. Thank you. I actually only have a sip of water here, so I don't know if that helped me too much. All right, so a couple reminders on like how the map works, right? So similar to Gold Rush, or not similar to Gold Rush. That's a bad comparison. I was going to say similar to Gold Rush because there's 7 tiles of base of gold near your base. But it's not similar to Gold Rush because the rest of the gold isn't in one spot. It's all spread out throughout the map. Slam's going to go to gold. And yeah, I think SongSong is going to go for scouts here. And I don't hate it, actually. The map's pretty open. And yes, Britons are pretty strong with their range units, but gives you a bit of control. You could always add those archers a bit later. Opening archers is something that I think is good on maps that you can easily defend. But I'm not seeing a situation where Slam can small wall in all of his villagers easily here. And while he will probably do it, like here he's doing it, this is fine. But the thing that you guys need to remember is, yeah, these guys can do that stuff, but it still have to focus on everything else at the same time. So in theory, let's say Slam has 3 archers, but then 4 scouts show up. Do you think Slam's going to be able to move out with archers as easily? Probably not. And even if it slows it down by just a little bit, and the scouts don't kill anything, it'll end up being worth it. Slam also has no scouting right now. Might be feeling it a little bit, having lost that first game. He will have looked at the group, and he will have looked at SongSong and said to himself, I need to get results against this player. Not because SongSong is bad, but because SongSong is maybe the weakest out of the rest of the amazing players in the group. SongSong is looking to show that that's not the case here. And, ooh. What is this? Okay, so he sold everything. He knows Slam is opening archers. What is this? SongSong is a sneaky player sometimes. This is definitely out of the box. Almost looks like he wants to sneak vills behind Slam's base and build an archer range here or something. A move that I don't love. I just... Playing from home makes a lot of sense in this situation. And, okay, watch that. You see that? Slam. He immediately cues a spearman here upon seeing the situation. And... Okay, Slam notices this now. Like, what? It's so sad for SongSong because, okay, he is going to kill a Vill most likely. He's such a good player. And sometimes, like, we saw in the previous game how good he is. But sometimes he tries to be too fancy. Oh, no. He kills a Vill. And he might even kill more. But now he's just going to lose these Vills. Well, that was a little wasteful. We'll see if this guy will live. Looks like this one will be destined to die. The other one just leaves his friend in the dust. SongSong trying to distract so the villager can get away. Which is creative. This is all I wanted to see. Just add some skirms from home against archers and you're good. Loses the Vill. This guy over here is just going to make houses now. Okay. Obviously deleted the tower. On the bright side, if he ever has to make a tower at home, he will be okay. I don't think you have to make a tower from home because you can have skirms for any archers. Slam might not actually expect the skirmisher switch due to the fact that his opponent went forward like that. Normally, the economy is not going to be quite there. Yeah, I'm loving the skirmishers because it even just taking care of the spearmen can be helpful here. Slam will see this. Now, here's the deal. No upgrades on the skirms. If you don't have armor on skirms, archers can pick them off. So low numbers, very important that your micro's there. And this is all micro battle. Either player could win this fight. For SongSong, normally you're going to want the blacksmith. Something that's a little unorthodox is adding the mining camp. But I think he wants to mix in archers sooner than later because Slam could always add eagles. And then the archers are going to be more effective. The thing about the timing of this, and it's just so tricky, right? Like, you place 100 wood there, and then your blacksmith's delayed a little bit more. So you can't have fletching. So, again, not easy. 42 pop for both. Slam clearly trying to wall up and play safe. I think that's actually walled over there. It's getting to a point where SongSong's army is terrifying for Slam. We'll see if SongSong can actually use it, though, because of these walls. Here he is. He wants to break through. Slam maybe baiting him a little bit with the archers. He is, because he doesn't want the villagers building this to get hit. Still some good control for SongSong, and at the end of the day, it's a very open map. Town Center getting some hits. Spearman taking some hits. Eagle backs away. Slam wants Castle Age. SongSong will have archers in a second. So these archers, if he sends them forward, that is, they're going to be effective when it comes to... Ooh, good micro. when it comes to killing the vills that are behind these walls, whereas skirmishers are not. It's not like his uptime is going to be that bad. Obviously, he did lose that one vill. Was walking around the map with the other guy. But Slam's going to sell his stone. Just holding. And I have seen Slam in these positions before. I have confidence he's going to be able to hold this. I probably just jinxed him. Yep. I jinxed him. Yeah, probably just a house waller here. Just a house or two. If there's no archers, you should be okay, Slam. Drops a house there. You can tell he's a little stressed. You can see the worry here. And now he's losing the spearmen. Now he's losing the archers. I might take back what I said a moment ago, guys. Slam's going to switch into eagles, though. Full eagle switch can be really good. Where are those archers for SongSong? He didn't... I think he's always afraid that there's going to be a sneak army that comes towards him. So he was hesitant to move out with his army because he wanted to have a few ranged units at home. Oh, there he goes with the skirms. Okay, trying to sacrifice his skirms now. Just to kill as many archers as possible. Probably a good move because he won't get away anyways. Oh, actually, I take that back. Slam is going to have to back away here. Slam, you don't want to lose your eagles before they're upgraded. Just like that, SongSong on the way to Castle Age. We'll have the stable. We'll have the ranges for archers. On one hand, you'd obviously love to kill the archers, but I think the eagles are going to be the thing that Slam commits to. Doesn't have to. Could still make archers as well. I think this is pretty... I think this is all fine for SongSong. Overall KD's 9-9, and look at him dive in. There's a lot of weak archers here. So they're both trading armies off like it's nothing, but for Slam, he's going to arrive to Castle Age with a pretty low number, which is not what he would have wanted here. I don't know. Very close game. Now, the eagles get stronger in about 10 seconds, and then these archers are going to be in trouble. Now the archers need to get out of here. They don't receive additional armor, necessarily. Actually, do they receive additional armor? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think they receive additional armor. I know that their base attack goes up to 7, which is a big deal. And yeah, they're doing more damage, but they're dying just as quickly as they would if it was a feudal age engagement. I don't know why I second-guessed myself there. Okay. So, Slam's all in. He did the same thing up against Backed. Backed was already on Longsword at this time. Backed was thinking about a counter. Backed didn't want to stay on Crossbow. Slam didn't get the Siege Workshop up for a while either. Slam's going to do that now. He does have the Castle Age armor upgrade, by the way. Would love to see a Knight here from SongSong, which he's going to do. And we'll see if these town centers are going to protect him. He's currently trying to get stone back from that weird tower. Otherwise, he'd be able to drop the 3rd TC by now. Here he is, and if he sees this, I'm sure... I'm sure he's freaking out. I know he's Britons with all that extra range. But it's one thing to have knights and crossbows against eagles, and the potential for that is pretty crazy. But when the siege is there as well, you could have some issues. Love to see a mining camp here, maybe, but he just might want to make the trip so we can get the next TC. And man, SongSong, he just says, screw you. I'll go forward here. It's a risk to take, but I think it's a risk that might be worth it. We'll see if Slam senses it. Obviously, now you have to move off of this gold, but you do have this gold here. You have some crossbows. You do have some knights. And now Slam gets hit, and Slam loses a vill. And now suddenly, Slam's siege, he's unsure on what to do with it right now. I really like the decision from SongSong. He's taken the fight to Slam when Slam never wanted to have to focus on his base at all. And oh man, oh geez, these crossbows will kill so much. Meanwhile, SongSong has to micro here. Meanwhile, his TC. Tell me, can he get this up? Oh, he's so clutch. He's walling this in. I think, oh my god, he's going to be good there. Meanwhile, Slam is having a really rough time. He hasn't lost as many villagers as he could have. And we'll see if SongSong saves the crossbows. Boom, boom, big shot from Slam. Slam will be happy with this after all. 48 villas versus 44. Oh, don't tell me. And the TC gets denied. Oh, man, Slam needed that so badly. It was such a crucial moment in the game. If SongSong gets out of here with his crossbows numbers intact and this TC never gets denied, he's got a big lead. But now Slam's got the control again. He's not super far ahead, but he needed some things to swing his way for once, and he's got it now. Dang. I think the Eagles, when they were attacking the palisade before it was completed, and what SongSong didn't expect was for the palisade to be at like 10% when it completed. So by the time he looked back there, I'm sure it was already down. Here's a problem for SongSong, because both of their economies are a bit fragile. You cannot make knights and villagers at the same time here. 3 TCs, not possible. So normally you see the player go only crossbow. And God, he's so crazy. He's going forward again. But with only crossbow, you could have some problems, particularly because there's siege, but also you don't have ballistics yet. I think what SongSong's doing here is potentially the correct play, but Slam is going to be able to pressure this TC, and there's not much at home to stop it. Again, we'll see the idle TC time and everything go up. And Slam's just never expecting this because it's just so crazy. He's microing everywhere at home. Or at SongSong's base, sorry. SongSong's home. Does react. Last I checked, I don't think there was a hole here. But SongSong doesn't want to go too deep. This TC has to garrison. Idle time, but slowly getting kills. This TC's garrisoning. Slam now on the TC. SongSong massing crossbows. Now, if Slam ever moves away, he could lose that Mangonel SongSong. Might be speaking too soon, guys. But if SongSong uses his crossbows to micro down the siege right now. No way. No way. He's going to get it. Oh! He's not going to get it. He's sending the knight after it. Oh, there's a monk. There's a monk. Delete the knight. Oh, worth it. And the crossbows are on the gold. But again, you know, this is probably getting ahead of myself. But to me, it honestly feels like whoever wins this series... Or let me put it this way. Whoever loses this series will be relegated out of this group. And what a series it is. This choke point would be great if Slam actually had siege. But it's bad because he doesn't have siege. And this TCs would be great for SongSong if he actually had food eco. He barely has food eco. He has so much idle time. Don't ask me how he has only 42 minutes of idle time while Slam has an hour. I'm not really understanding that when one person's been inside of his TCs all the time. SongSong kills a couple more villagers there. He's trying to even things up. But Slam has the lead. Not with the town center number, but he has the lead right now with villagers. And he has to have the lead with efficiency. But look, worker efficiency last minute. 40% for SongSong, 50% for Slam. This is awful, man. This is so bad. Slam having that monk out there was so important earlier, and he just didn't have it in the position, and now he's lost another siege unit. Look at the idols, man. SongSong has to react again. But that crossbow number is actually working out for him. Slam, you know, possibly questionable to run out there and get relics before having a monk with his siege. I think the siege actually could have been... It's twice now that the siege could have been protected. And that's what you want with this type of a push. You want the numbers to be preserved the whole time. You get to a critical mass, and you start smashing down TCs like it's nothing. Well, I think the 3 TCs were worth it, Basterman, because it's Britons. Any other Civ, no. With Britons, I don't think you can really fret too much about dropping the town centers, because they're so cheap, and he needs protection from raids. It's not even about producing. It's just protection. And so Slam, he does know about this one. Particularly the golds, right? Like, he needed another access to this gold and this stone. Let's see if Slam sees this. Still no ballistics for SongSong. Okay, I think Slam noticed that. He's now bringing his siege home, so he knows. This is the second time SongSong has tried this. Sorry, third time. Slam relocating to the resources over here. That's great for Slam. He really just needs to avoid this area. Just cut it off. And actually, SongSong, I think, is distracted right now. And so he's clicked through, and he's running right into Slam's TC fire. And Slam is on this. Oh, Slam! Some crucial raids. So many eagles, man, and the crossbows have to run away. 80 pop for SongSong, 71 for Slam. The positive for SongSong would be he's still killing eagles. Slam might honestly run out of gold at some point. You never know. There's not a lot of gold at his base that's left. But also the positive for SongSong would be that Slam sent a lot home. So this siege never arrived to his town center. And he's going to build up towards a castle here. KD's better for Slam. Obviously, Eco KD's much better for Slam. 34 villagers killed. And 10 lost. But it's even because SongSong continues to churn out more. Yeah, you can't make knights because villagers are more important right now. But the crossbows have been enough. Slam just going to plug this gap. Crossbows are moving back this way. Slam maybe building up towards a castle. Guys, we might see Slam YOLO a castle down here. But the thing you got to think about is the golds. Look at SongSong scouting. He's almost out of gold. He doesn't actually see many other golds. That's why he's outposting, guarantee it. If he finds the golds in the corner, huge. Look at Slam's vision on gold. It's pretty much the same problem, right? Ah, did anyone else just get goosebumps? I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. Where do you even place the castle? I think a forward castle would make sense if you think you're going to, all in this guy to beat him. But now we have a castle from SongSong. Should go up. Could lose villagers. Should go up, though. Losing 1 or 2 vills here is fine. He'll garrison. He's fine. Slam now is going to be like, what do I do with my castle? And he might actually, it feels out of place in a normal game. But he might actually end up placing a castle there. Big ball of crossbows arrives here for SongSong. He was distracted. Or is he? Amazing. Amazing shot. And now he has a university for ballistics. And here comes Slam. Yeah, Slam's like, I gotta drop a castle somewhere. He might... Did he sell some? Trying to figure out where his stone went. I think... Oh, no. I looked at the wrong player's stone. He went crazy towers here. Okay. He's gonna drop a castle here. Okay, SongSong seeing this gold is huge because I think you just cut your losses. If you see this, I think you have to just abandon the area. He had his crossbows there, maybe. Oh, no! What are you doing? No, SongSong! Bad, man. Bad. No, this is just... Okay, it took... Some people have to find out the hard way in life. Wait a second. Slam needs to repair this. He needs to pull off. He needs to repair this and only repair this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. SongSong wants to deny this. The Eagles are going to get wrecked. But the castle should go up then. Does SongSong have the presence of mind to realize that he can give up on this area? Oh, and he was so close. 1 HP. He tried. He doesn't get it. He has to pull away. I'm sure he's frustrated. But listen, Serengeti's not fun. Serengeti's not fun. It's fun to watch. Not fun to play. He found this gold, though. And now Slam can take this gold. What is that guy doing? He can take this gold, and he can take this stone. And this gold. So Slam, by my count, Slam sees 2 golds and is taking it. Obviously running out of this gold. And then SongSong, who has an army that he can't really do anything with right now, by the way. SongSong sees 1. It's even worse for SongSong too because he can't take what's left of this, which is 200 some gold. And yeah, he's going to be off building outposts. Slam, maybe hoping to rush to the Imperial Age. I mean, this castle would be in a fantastic position for trebuchets. TCs, the castle. SongSong's had an amazing game. SongSong, he's now chasing with these crossbows. But when you add the town centers, guys, you sometimes feel compelled to always produce out of them. And what Slam has been able to do over the last couple minutes with this castle is he's been able to correct his food economy. 28 on food, untouched, also not spending as much food. How many vills did he kill? What's the difference? Let's just say 30, okay, because it's about to be. That's 30 times 50 just to stay even on vills. And so SongSong, maybe sensing that Slam might be up to the next stage, is going to drop barracks. He finds this gold now, so he'll drop a town center. He drops a castle here. He does have ballistics now. So there's a chance that Slam maybe runs out of gold if Eagle Warriors don't work. 125 pop for SongSong. Slam will be an imp, though. This will be an all-in Castle Age game for SongSong if he has any chance. Longswords actually do pretty well against Elite Eagles. Maybe a world where Slam will even consider getting archers. Can't help but feel like Slam... I mean, I feel like he's in a good spot. I love his raids. But yes, this. Just one eagle to scout all the other corners would be so crucial. Because he knows the middle will probably be his if he goes for eagles. Supplies for SongSong. There you go, low-E little players. Is that casting this on a Tuesday? But just seeing these golds when you have Eagle Warriors is going to be so important. SongSong 20 on food, so he's correcting things there. Still chasing around these eagles. Slam's got 26 of them. The important thing being that there's a lot of new ones on full HP. SongSong, don't call it here. I know you're going to be tempted, maybe. You might be scared. Don't call it here. Try Longsword. See how that works. Elite Eagle's obviously great. I mean, SongSong has had to deal with so many raids. This is going to suck. But there's Longsword for you. Here, crossbows looking for counterattack. That's not working. How SongSong's been able to react to every area is beyond me. I would have lost at least 20 or 25 more villagers. Slam will have Elite Eagle. He'll also have the final armor upgrade. So now, these crossbows, as Slam is scared of them, he's dropping a castle here. Again, I have to question it. I think it's because he just doesn't know where else to place a castle right now. He doesn't know... He doesn't have the right side scouted. SongSong repairing this. But yes, surely with trebuchets, Slam is going to make a treb here. Slam can do something. These eagles are slowly going down to the crossbows. These crossbows are able to make it away. That could be a big deal later. These eagles getting in, though. If you don't react, your whole eco's dead. These eagles are insanely fast. Maybe the safe castle for Slam is because he wants plumed archers. It did seem a little panicky. He's almost out of gold, guys. But I guess it's not great for SongSong either. And Slam's ecos is, I would say, better because he doesn't have to garrison all the time. He's not losing town centers. He's not going to lose a castle. Slam is fine. Knows about this gold. Boom. Let's see how many vills die. If you have a great reaction time, you lose 3 vills. Yeah. Great reaction time. Boom. Loses a few vills anyways, because that's just how it goes. Okay, running around with more eagles. Good control. SongSong is forever Castle Age. Here he is with these crossbows. I mean, he's probably felt the need to do something with his crossbows. So I don't mind just running in to kill villagers. It's all about longswords at this point. If Slam runs out of gold, there's a chance full longsword can do it. Like, this is pretty wasteful. Here's SongSong. SongSong's got 26 longswords. And Slam is now going to be forced to switch into plumed archers. But then there's a problem if you're SongSong too, right? Plumed archers would still be really good against the longswords. Slam, who desperately needs wins, just like SongSong. Looking for his first win in this set. 120 pop for him, though. Well, it's 130 for SongSong, but SongSong is just... It just feels like he's delaying the inevitable right now if he can't somehow get to imp or push a castle down. He needs to push castles down. That's the trick. We actually might see SongSong go all in to take out these towers pretty soon. I'm not even kidding. He needs to do something. If he had 5 rams with longswords, he could have taken this, for example, right? But he just couldn't get there. Out of the farm eco, delayed. Slam getting kills. Monastery will actually eject the relic, which is funny. SongSong still getting vision on the right. If you look at the red dots, he's still building outposts there. Yeah, okay, no relic for you, Slam. Slam now 5 on gold. I mean, he's got 400 gold left, guys. This is ridiculous. I mean, can you win? If you go skirm here, can you do this if you're SongSong? Obviously loses a TC, still has a couple of them. God, Slam has to look for the gold on the right. Like, that's so crucial, but he's so focused on this, which you can understand. Slam might need to consider going skirms as well. That's a good point. I don't know. It feels like how many plumes he had? 20? I think he's just got enough. I think with 20 plumed archers, there's nothing Castle Age units can do. And wow. Wow, man. Oh, geez. I think they both played amazing this game, honestly. The only move that didn't make sense to me in this game, and SongSong might be regretting, was the 2 villagers. I think he would have been in a slightly better position heading towards Castle Age. Even in Castle Age, he wouldn't have had to ever collect the stone for his 3rd town center. The 2 villagers forward was weird. I appreciate the attempt, but it didn't really fit the moment. Apart from that, though, that was crazy. That was a crazy game. I'm curious to look at SongSong's total villager stat, though. Yeah, big difference there. Total villagers that game, 172. Great job from Slam. We know that he was even with SongSong on vills, but he didn't have to put as much food into more villagers because he was killing them and the opponent wasn't. Overall, also very close in this regard, but Slam had more food and more gold. For SongSong, you see something that maybe doesn't happen all the time when you're up against eagle pushes, but he was able to somehow have more stone. I mean, geez, when he dropped that castle, Slam's castle was so good. And he didn't really know where to put one. But in the end, this castle spot was perfect, and then rushing up to Imp was awesome. Denied some gold, scouted the golds here, protected him a little bit. It was a great game. And we go in to the final game in this series. Again, really important implications for the long term. As it's, you know, $40 per win is nice, but also for the group stage. And I don't know what the home map is, but I know it will be a SongSong's home map. Okie dokie. Wow, no way. Wow, Game 3, SongSong wants Burgundians. A civ that's being picked all the time on the more closed maps. But this is the second time today that we will see a player pick it for Arabia. Nikov did that earlier today. Was able to use them well. Maybe people have looked at this version of Arabia and said it's a bit more closed off, so why not? Slam, though, playing as the Chinese. And the Chinese start with additional villagers. The Chinese have cheaper techs. The Chinese can pretty much do everything. I personally would prefer the Chinese. I feel like as long as you don't get lamed, as long as you don't lose out on some sheep or a boar or something, this is one of the best civs for Arabia. And most players agree with that statement. Unless you're, you know, low elo player out there, then it's a little different because it's hard to play the civ. So I've seen Burgundians enough in Arabia where players just try and wall up and then they get punished with military. I'm personally not convinced. But I know SongSong's not going to love his map. Initially, he's going to look at this and say, wow, I can wall everything. But all of his woodlines being forward could be a problem here. I do think you need to play it standard-ish, you know, like open up with scouts or archers and men-at-arms. And if you're doing that, Chinese should be pretty strong there. Do you think more civs should have funky starts like Chinese? Nah. I mean, they could have done that. They kind of did do that, I guess, with the recent expansion with the Gurjaras. But I wouldn't want the change established civs. If they're ever going to give us another DLC someday, then maybe they're... I think something that's good about Age 2 is that every civ plays out similarly enough where it's not completely confusing, you know? There's a lot of comparisons between what civ does what better. There's tiny, intricate little details as opposed to very different Dark Age builds, very different Feudal Age builds. I think while Age of Empires has a lot more depth because of that, and it can be more confusing for people, I also think that that's actually good for barrier of entry. And it would, you know, it's always been that way, right? But yeah, there's a few civs. If you think about it, there's a lot of different things you can do in the Dark Age, right? From the Japanese to the Huns to the Burgundians to the Chinese. It's just maybe not in the same way as some other games might do it. Like, AoE, it's funny, AoE 4 for me, I played like 50 hours AoE 4, right? I'd have a long conversation about how they handled that and where I'm at on that. But anyways, I actually feel like the fact that all the the starts are radically different in AoE 4 was really refreshing for me and really fun. The problem was it was kind of the opposite. It was like the mid game, everything was figured out and kind of stale for me. Whereas with AoE 2, I feel like the longer the game goes, the more complex, the more intricate, the more interesting games can get. So I don't know. But, that was something they wanted to do for AoE 4 was, I guess, to get away from that a little bit. And there's some pretty interesting bonuses. For Slam, it's always a question of what are you most comfortable with Chinese, and what type of population are you going up on? In an ideal situation, you're going 22 pop. 23 is standard. 22 is if everything goes as planned, and if everything goes as planned, you are going to have a villager lead on the opponent, and you're going to be in feudal age at around the same time. And I personally do not love the Burgundian choice for Arabia. SongSong is walling like a madman, though, because he wants to protect himself so he can get his eco upgrades. And if you're going to pick the Civ, you better wall up. Like, you better play towards those eco upgrades, and that's kind of the best way to do it. Now, I'm not a big fan of changing pre-existing Civs too radically. In fact, I'm really concerned with... So you know how they recently changed Indians and then to Hindustanis and then added more Indian Civs with the Indian DLC? Well, in the little map video that they made, they kind of teased that they were going to do that with another DLC in the future. And I just really hope they don't change long-term classic civilizations. If they were to do the same thing with the Chinese or Mongols, I'd actually be really upset. So I hope whatever they choose, if they're going to do that again, if that ever happens, I hope that they leave the not the top civs, but the civs that have been around for a long time as is. Okay. So we have Slam, 22 pop. And 23 is your standard time, but if you can do 22, go for it. Slam, again, he has one more vill. He's actually up faster. So ultimately, he's going to have a 2-villager lead is what this means. It takes about 30 seconds to produce a vill. And 9 minutes and 16 or 17 seconds here for Slam with feudal is sick. But he also hasn't scouted the opponent at all, so he doesn't know anything. To be fair, that's the exact same thing with SongSong. What a weird game. What a weird game. But you see how much walling you have to do. I mean, if it's Arena, it's fine. Slam's going to see the barracks, and I'm sure he's wondering what SongSong's going to make. SongSong, he's looking. He actually didn't see anything. And so, are both players going to decide to skip their military building? No way. So in Slam's position, he's actually assuming his opponent is fully walled, guys. He's assuming his opponent's fully walled. So he's choosing to not go for any military. And then SongSong, who's not fully walled, is now going to add stone walls. And he goes for his Castle Age wood upgrade, Castle Age farm upgrade. I think there's a little bit of concern from him that Slam would be making scouts, but he did check and he didn't see anything. Now, it's not bad to do what Slam's doing. I actually played a ranked game yesterday on stream. I don't know if you guys saw it, the Chinese versus Persians one. But my opponent was fully walled. And with the Chinese, I rushed my eco upgrades and went up. And I think my uptime was 18 minutes. So you can do that. Play into knights, boom, whatever. But there is an argument to be made in some ways. It does allow Burgundians to do what they're doing. So I'm a little surprised to see Slam was just so quick to assume it was fully walled. At the same time, if you invest and you don't do damage, then it's, wasted investment. And SongSong's had to pull so many vills. His worker efficiency probably isn't going to be too good here. I'd like to see more military tactic options, like the ability for infantry to use their shields, etc. No. Maybe I'm a purist. Maybe for a campaign. Not a fan of that, personally. Okay, so I think if SongSong's going to stone, he's probably going to, or if he's stonewalling, I think he is then going to go to stone. And if he goes to stone, he's probably going to try and go for his unique unit. He's turned this into arena. So he's going to have houses and walls here. He made 3 spearmen, so he was expecting scouts. Slam did not go scouts. This is good for Slam. Let's actually check the total resources collected. Okay, so Slam's ahead on the food. Not bad. I guess where Burgundians will start to look very strong is when the farms would normally reseed, because they won't reseed as quickly because of how much food is on them. But for now, obviously fine for Slam. Slam, honestly, I wouldn't even make an archer if I were him. Not just yet, anyways. I think he wants to click up to Castle Age. Man, this time, man. It's going to be super strong. Both players fighting with the Spearmen. It's a very passive game 3. Very chill, very relaxed. There's the villager to stone, as I expected. SongSong taking no chances here. So yeah, once Slam is on the way to Castle Age, then I expect him to make an archer, and looks like he'll go 2 ranges. So behind these walls for SongSong, he has all of his golds. He has 1 stone. And there's a market for him. There's a blacksmith for him. He'll definitely be up behind Slam, and Slam's just trying to find ways to do damage. I think he's going to prioritize hitting the wood lines, which is something that SongSong probably isn't thinking about right now. He'll see the range, and ultimately he'll have to run away. Actually, would love to see Slam hit the scout first. Not the spearman. Hit the scout. Hit the scout. Hit the scout. Not the spearman. Hit the scout. Ah. The reason I say that is because he has 40 HP. He is 40 HP. And obviously all this stuff is going to run away anyways. And the spearmen don't matter. So if you weaken that scout, you could in theory win the scout war. But okay. Slam has to assume that with Burgundians being picked that there would be early walls, right? Yes. But not to this degree. I think the problem for Slam was he never scouted, right? You can scheme a little bit on where to pressure and what they're doing and how long it's going to take for them to wall. But if you just sit at home the whole time, then you're not going to be able to do that. You do have cheaper techs if you're Chinese. I don't foresee Slam is going to rush anything here. He actually made 1 archer and just stopped at that. Ooh, no. Don't lose your scout, Slam. It's a really big deal. Both players need their scouts. Great micro. And Slam's going to drop the town center here. He's going to drop a monastery and try and get the relics. Oh, he's going cav archers. Dang. I actually don't mind that. Chinese have decent cav archers, and it gives you a bit of mobility over the map. But losing your scout is something that I think Slam would mind. What's the choice for SongSong? Won't have the stone to build a castle. Scout fight. Oh, what a play from Slam. He had the weaker scout, and SongSong went back to hit him, and he just pulled back at the right moment, right into the archer. That was sick. What an assist. I feel like I should get Hardy to get that recorded game. And then he should load up Capture Age, and he should just record that moment for a short. I have a little button I press to like notify Hardy of stuff we want to do for content. I just pressed it. In like a couple days, he's gonna be like, "Are you kidding me? Where's that recorded game?" Sorry. Or he's listening right now. I don't know. Oh, don't lose a cav archer to spearman, man. There you go. Good micro there from Slam. And so far, the KD is 6-0. KD is 6-0. We have a town center here for SongSong. We have a town center here. Not going to lie. Love Slam's position. I think if he can snag the relics and continue to pressure with cav archers, I think he'll be happy. At the same time, SongSong's eco will be looking really good. I don't think it's much better than Slam's, but he's an upgrade up. Maybe an upgrade or 2 up on Slam. And he knows exactly what's coming here. He's got some siege. Actually lands a good shot there on Slam. Slam now knows there's siege. Man, this is... What a weird game. Isn't it funny that in the Gold Rush game, which is so much easier to wall, Slam open scouts, and now in this game, which is harder to wall, just saw no army. 13 on food versus 12 on food. We're going to Imp, guys. So let's talk compositions. For me, I think Chinese are more flexible with what they can do. They have better ranged units. Obviously, Slam's going to have relics here too, which is going to help. Your text being cheaper really helps out. I prefer the Chinese. However, I always recommend going through your best way to win the game. Like your best win condition. And I think your best win condition if you're SongSong is brute forcing your way in before some of these techs come in. So in the event that Slam's going to upgrade his Cav Archers, I think you can try Paladin. Your stables are 50% off. Your stable upgrades are 50% off, right? You've got all this gold. Maybe not this gold secured just yet. You're giving up the map control. He's going to take all the relics. You have to kill him early Imp. I would choose Paladin and maybe Help. And then maybe some Siege. Why does the map feel bigger than normal? It does kind of feel a little bit bigger. Man, now you have me wanting to check the game. I don't know. I think it's fine. Slam clearly understood what SongSong was going to do. And we have a castle here, which could lead to a bunch of different things, but I was about to say I'd be surprised if I actually saw army from it, but apparently we're going to see that as we have armor coming in. I guess they're pretty far away from each other. That could be part of it. Also, I love what we did with this version of Arabia with the hills. Bigger hills in the middle of maps and in corners should be more important. I'm not a big fan of how ladder Arabia and a lot of these tournament versions of Arabia have like the same level of elevation everywhere. I really like the bigger hills in the more important areas of the map. But it's just a preference thing. Which is obviously why we tweaked it. Okay, so Slam has a decision to make with his castles. He knows this castle's here. So I believe what his plan is right now is I think he wants to drop a castle about here and then go up to the Imperial Age. Getting stone. He could also place castles on the hills in the corners or at home. Depends how late he wants this to go. He will have 4 relics. The 5th one's actually back here, so he won't get that. Okay, shots coming in. Slam doesn't have bloodlines. And oh my god, man. Yeah, man, it's just like, just one tech, and just not advancing out, and maybe you're okay. And here comes SongSong. He's got chain barding armor. Oh, jeez. Oh, the monks, no sanctity. No sanctity. I talk about no sanctity all the time. He could have had conversions, and oh, Slam. Oh, he wasn't expecting SongSong to come out of here. And SongSong is getting so many precious kills. The siege is here. Slam desperately, obviously, to take out the siege. There he goes, but the Cav Archers still no bloodlines. He's microing. His micro is fantastic. We know this. Putting himself in a really awkward position here to defend this. And as he takes out the siege, SongSong skyrockets to 20 kills this game. He'll drop a castle right next to this. And Slam's army count is nowhere to be seen. Oh my god. What a frustrating situation for Slam. Like, the problem here was he just respected the walls too much, and he just assumed nothing would come out of that. And to be fair, I did as well. So I have to give, like, SongSong, honestly, amazing mind games. Because if I see someone behind walls like this, I think they just go up to Imp. And look, he's now going to do that. He's like, oh, great idea. Now that I have the position, and he's forced to place a castle there, I will do exactly that. He went from doing nothing with the map to flooding the map for control, kills 2 monks just like that, by the way. And now he's up to Imp. Also able to run around here to take some stone. We have 2 castle production of this unit. For Slam, he's got 3 range production. There's not a big difference, and he's only got 4 Cav Archers. Also, if he wants the stone back, he could delete this castle. So I think right now, I believe, after this production from SongSong, He thinks that he can treb this down and then complete this castle, and he doesn't have to waste any stone. He's going to be really upset to see SongSong's an imp faster than him. Dang, man. A little bit of expansion for SongSong. He was happy to move around the map for the first time in a long time. Oh, he'll see that castle foundation. He can deny that for a bit. Slam making camels right now. Great quick walls. Units here from SongSong. Slam should be able to defend from this group. But then again, he doesn't have any upgrades. Doesn't have many upgrades at all here. This unit, man. This civ. You should see the balanced discussions from some high-level players about this Burgundian civilization, man. From the Flemish Revolution to the Coustier to their eco upgrades. Everyone seems to think it's busted right now. The upgrades will come in for SongSong. I think he's just going to drop a castle on this hill now. He has the control. So if he has the control, he'll place another castle, which will lead to winning a treb war. Forcing a lot of reactions from Slam. So killing these villagers from Slam. Slam will be an imp in 10 seconds. First thing you see in the Imperial Age, though, is trebs from SongSong. What does Slam have against trebs? Camels aren't the best. Heavy camel is probably good in open field. This is a great fight. But can you dive underneath the castle fire easily with the camels? And to be honest, I think the answer is yes, you can, if there's no fletching for SongSong. Like, starting to get the ranged upgrades would maybe be an important idea. He's actually going to add barracks, though. He wants to go for halbs, which is perfect. Interesting to me that he's going conscription. Notice Slam's approach. Slam says, I need to defend this now. Let's make trebs and only trebs. Conscription is the military production option. So that means your units produce faster, and that tells me SongSong's confident he can rush down the trebs, whereas Slam is not. Still no halb upgrade. Only 25 units. Slam is 15. Elite is coming in, though. He's got more in queue. So doesn't have imp armor in yet, which kind of bothers me. For the attack. Slam's going to have imp armor. Slam catching up with upgrades. Guys, Slam still has 4 relics. Slam has a ton of stone to repair. Also, how epic is this? Both players in the middle with castles. You just don't see this every day. I love this. Guys, this could be a good fight for Slam. The elite Coustier is so good in the initial fight. I haven't seen it enough. But Slam, he says, get out of here, man. Go back behind your walls. I will push up this hill, and I will dominate you. And he's also got some Chukunu mixed in, which will definitely help out when the Halps shall arrive. And Slam, he might end up taking this game after all. I thought he had thrown. I thought he had no chance. I thought that SongSong would finish it. But SongSong a little late with the tech switch. Not able to just use that one unit to push this home. Slam with 45 on gold. And SongSong with 38 on gold. And SongSong's not finished either. SongSong was able to take out this castle. Still missing lots of upgrades, though. And he does not have the stone. There's these villagers, and that's it on stone. Slam will use his camels now to take out some of the trebs. Would love to see a few more upgrades for the range units here for Slam. It feels like that becomes more important now than the camels. Ballistics, chemistry, as he takes out a castle. Bracer, obviously. Dang. You know, for SongSong, he wanted to go the unit production route by researching conscription, but it didn't match what else he was doing, right? Because he didn't have the production buildings. He didn't even have the techs in yet. So if anything, it would have been better to go for the trebs because he was an imp faster. So I can understand the conscription idea, but he's falling apart now, guys, and he might have just lost this game. We might look back at this in 3 weeks and say this is the game that kept Slam alive. Maybe. Assuming he gets results against other players as well, obviously. Because you don't know how SongSong is going to perform. You don't know how the others in the group will perform. But Slam wins 2-1. I did predict this. This is the only one I got right today. So I'm going to brag about it, right? Only one I got right today. I did think SongSong had it in him to take a game off of Slam. But ultimately, I thought Slam would be better overall. But, ooh, man. Can you classify this as a throw for SongSong? Because at the end of the day, Slam had 4 relics. He is Chinese, one of the best Arabia civs. And I think he rebounded well. I guess it depends on, like, if I was asking a top 20 player, they might say throw for SongSong because SongSong had a nice position. But I think realistically, it's probably not a throw because it was still very, very close. But, you know, a couple things went wrong here, right? Again, you're an imp faster, you don't make the trebs. That's fine if you have the army mass, if you have that tech switch in. Would have been great. Didn't have it. And then I think that you have to get those upgrades too. Now, I don't know how much it matters, truthfully, to get final armor on elite or final attack. But it does feel like that is something you need to max out on. And for Slam, he was able to realize what was going on here, get the stables up, and had really solid production with the upgrades. And it felt like even soon after that, after the initial fight or during the initial fight, he also knew to make Chukunu. So Slam, I don't know if you could actually see that stuff in the APM at the end. This is probably when SongSong was panicking. I don't really know if it's shown in here, but to me it really felt like Slam knew to get the units out there. Very close game, and in the end, you know, Slam, he initially saw what SongSong's approach was. He decided to boom up as well, to show people what Chinese were made of with their economy. Was sloppy in the mid game, obviously, as SongSong I think surprised him, which was epic, but Slam benefited from getting the relics this game, and ultimately got the win. GG, $80 for Slam. But now he's sitting at 3 points in the group, and SongSong is sitting at a total of 1. So SongSong, let me just go off the top of my head. So SongSong has now played Vinchester, Leary, and Slam. Got 1 win. He has Capwatch, and he is backed up. I think it's safe to say that SongSong needs to get 4 or maybe even 5 wins. Like, I think if he gets 5 wins, he's safe. But that's going to be tricky with Backed and Capwatch. Remember, Backed is a player who beat Slam 2-1. So SongSong will have to step it up. He's the favorite to get relegated out of Group B right now. Is there a way to check the map size? Yeah, I'll check the map size. Let's see. It was 2. See? Thank you for asking, but no, it was 2. That was cool, though. It definitely did feel a little bit bigger. I can see what you mean. I just think it was because they were all tucked away in their corners. Yeah, they were just all tucked away in their corners, I guess. But now I'm paranoid about it, too. You know, now it's on my mind. Yeah, Tyler, I guess that was the other thing. He did research conscription from the forward castle. But I don't think that's the big talking point. The big talking point is going conscription or not going conscription. Because whether or not it's researched in the front doesn't matter to me. It still takes a really long time. I think you could probably make 2 trebs in the time you research conscription. Maybe not 2, but maybe 1.5. And he was an imp like... Okay, 15 seconds faster. But still, you know, having that position, it would have forced Slam to maybe take a fight that he wasn't comfortable taking to defend it, in theory. I think in the end what hurt SongSong was, if you go back to like this stage, he's got 10 on wood. See this? So his eco is geared to make his unique unit. His eco is not geared to drop 5 barracks, which is like 700 wood or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's not geared to drop barracks and get a pike switch. So his whole eco buildup didn't really allow him to tech switch. Like if Slam had to add any more stables or barracks or whatever at this point, he's also at the limit. There's just a lot of food and a lot of gold, and the camels ended up winning there.